Can you hear
Perfect.
me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Okay. I'm all right. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just in the middle of moving. You know how fun that can be.
Right. I understand that one.
But you're on a high right now. Can you talk to me about what it was like to win?
It was amazing for real. Like you said, I finally, got back to doing what I actually love to do after being, hurt for so long and dealing with other problems and stuff. So it was good to finally get back out there and do what I knew I was capable of doing.
Did it help just the fact that you said like you had to go through things to get there, because they always say like it doesn't feel as good if you didn't have to work for it. If you get it for free, it doesn't feel as good. So did the win feel even better knowing what you had to go through to get it?
Oh, most definitely. Years of hard work. Man, I've been doing this since I was 18, so it's definitely finally paid off for me.
Did the fight go the way that you thought it would, or had you anticipated having to have like a longer fight or a different type of fight, or what were you kind of expecting in there?
Oh no, it definitely went exactly the way I expected it to. Like you said, I knew what he was gonna do. I watched the videos of what he did in his last couple fights, and like you said, I had already expected if he did the exact same thing to do exactly what I had planned on doing. Like just to let him to hear me. I was playing, like you said, planning to let him throw his few punches and just get out of the way and let him tire himself out a little bit.
What did you think of him as an opponent going into the fight and versus afterwards? I know you guys sometimes will hang out afterwards or talk, or did you have any interaction with him after?
Not as much. It's kind of a language barrier because he didn't really speak English. So I mean, we talked a little bit after the fight. We saw each other after the fight at the hotel and stuff. And, we exchanged, what we could, but that was about it.
Is it I some fighters want to like trash talk before a fight or have like a little animosity with a fighter. Do you prefer to like have a fighter where you can't even exchange, because of the language barrier? Do you like that there's not like a connection? Because some fighters actually are, are friends before, and then what do you prefer in an opponent?
As far as I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. Long as they can fight and long as they willing to sign that contract and fight, I'm perfectly fine with that. But I'm not really a big trash talker for real. I'm more of a person let my hands do the talking for me. Like you said, I go in there and show you what I can do. I ain't really got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who was the first person you called after the win?
Well, I called my daughters, but they was sleep. They was like 3 hours behind, so they was already asleep by then. So,
How many daughters do you have?
two. I got twin girls.
Oh, how old are they?
They 9.
Oh, how would you feel if they wanted to fight?
I mean, I asked them did they want to. They was like no, but they like to fight. They like to fight outside everything. Like I've taken them to the gym with me. I usually take them to the gym with me all the time. So they like they pretty much live in the gym with me most of the time when they're with me. But yeah, they like to fight. They like to grapple and wrestle around at the gym. But as far as fighting, I don't really seeing them want to do it.
What do they think of you? Like, do they tell all their friends, "Oh, my dad's a professional fighter," or I mean, it's their life, so they probably don't think much of it. But what do they think of you fighting?
Oh, they love it. They call and ask me all the time, when your next fight, Daddy? When you going to the gym, Daddy? So they be on my head even doing when it's time to cut weight. They ask me, what you eating? You can't eat that, right? So they be on my head too. So
Have they ever come to see you fight?
yes, they've seen me fight once. I think it was when I came back right after my knee injury. I had a kickboxing fight. They were there. My sister, and my mother brought them out, drove them out to I think Arkansas. It was. I had a kickboxing fight out there, so they came out and saw me fight and everything. They love the whole experience and whatnot. So. And they keep asking me when they get to come to my next fight. So maybe not. Maybe you'll see them in my next fight. Who knows?
Does it change the way you fight if they're there? Because I've heard some fighters don't like to have their kids there because it gets too much distraction, or some like it because it's extra motivation. Or did it really not change anything for you having them there?
It really doesn't change anything. I hear me. I come to fight regardless who there and who not there. Like I'm just here to fight. I love to fight. So that's just me. Period. So,
How did you find your way to BYB? What was the path that you kind of took to get there?
well, like you said, it was definitely a long one. like I said, I mainly practiced, fought MMA for most of my whole career. I didn't really start boxing until maybe I was like 24, 25, right around there. Like you said, I pretty much just jumped into it as a pro and just started fighting pros. So that's why my record kind of looks like it does as a boxer. I was fighting some of the best right off the bat. I just wanted to fight at that point. But then right around 2016, I dislocated my knee in a fight, and I got an indefinite suspension. So I had to spend like 6 years on the shelf. On top of my daughter was born literally right around the same time I dislocated my knee. So I took like 6 years off to deal with my knee problem and raise my daughters at the same time. Came back, and then probably last year, like right around January 12th of last year, actually, I dislocated my other knee, and I had went to the doctor, and I thought I was gonna need surgery, but he told me I didn't. But I was kind of skeptical because I was at that point. I was like, well, I don't wanna, get back in the gym, injure myself again and be right back here talking to you 6 months later. Like, dang, I could have just went ahead and got the surgery.
Yeah.
So at that point, I just realized MMA wasn't really a valuable thing for me anymore. So one of my coaches, Jared Daniels Block, he asked me, he's like, "Well, do you want to do BYB?" I told him no to begin with. It was a couple years ago. He asked me like, "Would you want to do BYB?" I was like, "I don't know about bare knuckle boxing, man. I'm doing MMA right now." And then he asked me again right after I injured my knee. I was like, "You know what? Let's give it a shot." So that's how he got me connected with Mel, and that's how we got here. So you can thank Jared Daniels Block for that one, because he definitely got me to where I needed to be as far as the BYB. So
What was the hesitation? Was it just the kind of the gruesome aspect of it, or was it just because it was so different than an MMA, or what was the hesitation?
it was just like I said. I wanted to get back into MMA. I was like, that was really my passion. I'm an MMA guy by heart. Like, I like to grapple, slam people on their head, go for submissions. But like I said, my knees couldn't keep up with it anymore. So I mean, then like you said, I trust me, I like to fight regardless. And then I was like, you know what, let's give it a try. Because I mean, I had a couple. I've heard a couple stories from a couple guys that did it before that are also MMA fighters. It's like you might use like it's real gruesome. You might end up messing your hands up and whatnot. I said, oh well, I ain't tripping off my hands. That's nothing to me. So like I said, I was like, well, why not, let's give it a shot. And then after the Duran fight, I was like, yeah, I fell in love with it. I was like, yeah, I like this. This is exactly where I need to be. So
Speaking of that fight, is that a fight you'd like to have again? Is that something that's kind of on your radar for in your future, do you think? Or was that sort of like, I did that, now I don't need to do it again?
I mean, if I was to move up in weight class, yeah, because I'm not sure if he's gonna come down again. I mean, if he was to come down to 47, no doubt we can definitely do it again. But I mean, if I move up to 54, we can definitely do it again. Of course, that's no problem. But at the moment, I'm staying at 47. I wanna see how long I can defend my title, and whoever next, whoever next at 47, that's the only person I'm thinking about. I don't know who it is at the moment, but I'm ready for whoever it is. So.
Do you have somebody you prefer to be your next opponent, or are you just like, I don't care, just give me.
I don't care. Like you said, if he 47 and they feel like he ready, they can put him in front of me. I'm gonna knock him down.
What do you think fans don't quite understand about bare knuckle? Because I think even MMA fans don't all watch it, or they don't understand it, or don't like it, or whatever it is. What do you think is the biggest misconception that fans have about the sport?
That that that's a good one.
Maybe they don't have, maybe you haven't experienced
I
that.
mean, yeah. I mean, me personally, I haven't experienced it because, like you said, when I go to the shows and the ones that I've been to, I hear me. I've hardly hear any boos. They've always trying because they hear me. They get exactly what they pay for: the blood, the constant pace, the boxing, the bird knuckle. Like you said, when we get in there and we fight, we fight. So they definitely getting their money's worth. So most of the time, they have no problems. So.
Yeah. You said you have a big background in MMA. You really love MMA. What UFC fighter do you think would be really good at bare knuckle boxing if they give it a shot?
Bare knuckle boxing. I definitely had to say my boy Sean Woodson, the sniper, because I trained with him plenty of times, and trust me, he even with my slipping, how y'all seen me go, he still be catching me.
I could see that. He would be a great one.
Yeah.
Here's just a couple fun ones that are maybe not quite fight related, but more just to get to know you. Oh, are you binge watching anything right now? Any movies or TV or?
What did I just start watching? Oh, that's I did. What did I just start? My girlfriend, she actually got me watching the cyberpunk animated series one. She got me watching that. Well, she in St. Louis right now, so I gotta wait till she comes back here to California for us to watch it. She in St. Louis seeing her family right now. So once she gets back, we gonna get back to it. But in the meantime, I've been watching what is this show I've been watching? I can't even think of it. Preacher. That's the name of it.
Okay. It's funny you say you have to wait for her to come back because that's the best part about being single. I don't have to wait for anybody. I can just watch
Right.
what I want when I want. Because that's the
Right.
number one complaint. All my friends like, well, I can't watch it till so and so. And I just
She'll get mad if I watch it without her. So.
What's your favorite cheat meal?
It's got to be ice cream.
Okay, what flavor?
I like cookies and cream. No, chunky chocolate chip.
Okay, what's the chunky part?
Just the chocolate chip.
Oh, okay, so like the chocolate chips are chunky.
Yeah, they kind of thick. So.
All right. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
NFL player.
What position?
Cornerback.
What team?
Philadelphia Eagles. We almost there. Almost there. A couple more wins. We get that Super Bowl this year.
I don't think so.
All right. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
And my last fun one for you. Do you have any hobbies outside of fighting?
I'm a very big video game player. Like I love video games like God of War, Cyberpunk, stuff like that. I'm a very big video game player. So
nice. And then anybody who's watching and wants to follow you on social media, what's your Instagram handle, and they can give you a follow?
Oh, it'll be STL Wolf STL Wolf 2700.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I really appreciate it. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.